What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers? It's Wednesday, October 3rd. It is the late show of Loshak in the Bag. As you can see, my partner in crime, Lodals Loshak, the legend, Pete Loshak Toshak, is not with us today. He is in NYC and will be back soon. We love you, Pete. We miss you. But the show must go on. And we are 1 hour away. The time is 9. We are 1 hour away from puck drop to the brand new NHL hockey season where all teams have hope, except for the Senators, Habs, and Canucks. I'm pumped. My man Parlay Poppy in the house, Savage Larry, Anil Frank, Brandon Biaggi, Red Girl, Scotty Rock was the first one here showing that hustle. The drive that makes us love Scotty Rock, Nut Flush Allen, and my man Yanks Guy 30 says, big night for my Yanks tonight. Nervous, and you should be. You should be, because for the first time in 30 years, we could see the team with the lowest payroll in Major League Baseball make the playoffs, the lowest opening day payroll in Major League playoffs. $100 million difference. Yankees at $166 million, A's at just $66 million. And the A's got big boy bats. The A's got big boy bats. And Sevy doesn't come through under pressure. Can he handle the pressure? That's the question. Can he handle the pressure? I hope not. I hope not. Scotty Rock said, did you hear about the hockey player getting suspended? Yeah, 20 games for Tom Wilson. Repeat offender. And too bad. He's a beast. The Capitals need him. He's a beast. And 20 games is a big suspension. 20 games but Addison Russell gets just 40 for much, much worse things. Baseball's got to clean up its act. Brandon Biaggi on the A's plus 1.5. DJ 100 grand joining us. We need a DJ 100 grand video, man, when you can come back to us. Yankees and under New York, baby. Jason Lovely in the house. What up, Jimmy? And there's my man Alex, who's crushing it. I don't know if you guys have been following Team Bankroll, but I believe they were up an absurd 26 units over the last few days. If you want to increase your bankroll, jump on Team Bankroll. My man Alex and Natalie wrecking shop. Gate Pass Key says Hap will just step in and take over. I hope that is the case. Now, let's get to work. And we start with none other but National Hockey League, because hockey is back. And for those of you who've been gambling on hockey in the last while, not preseason, but KHL, remember R2D2 gave us Jokerit out of Finland in the KHL, and they've been cashing. Jump on them. And Jason Lovely says A's are going to crush the Yanks. That's what I'd like to see. Nutflush Allen says, I wish we could post pictures on here. Wife just sent me a picture of Caden rocking my IFBC backpack and hat in his 5th grade class. Oh, that is so cool. Kate Paskey says, Bruins feeling great with Wilson hanging on his couch. The whole NHL is. The whole NHL is feeling great. Wilson destroys people. He, he's so fast. He's so tough. He's young. He's invincible. He's a dangerous guy, and I like him. DJ Underground says, I will too. My man Savage Larry says, Alex is money. We got Andrew Klein in the house. Jay Peach says, if a Colorado Rocky shits in the wood, does anyone hear it? That's a very good question. Need for Tips says, give me a banker for NHL today. Come on. It's the Leafs minus 1.5. You could have got it at plus 140 when I gave it out. Let's see what it is right now, but money is being just hammering on, and people are hammering on these Leafs, and I understand why. Makes perfect sense to me. These Habs are going to be a fade all year, and we're going to make a ton of money off of fading them. Let's see. Oh, shoot, that's money lines. Let's see how bad I beat this line move. I got it at plus 140. Could have gotten better. Now there's plus 105s all over the place. Look, a plus 100 at U-Wager. It's a 40-cent. Beat that line move by 40 cents. Sweaty Capper says Severino pitched 2 2/3 inning, gave up 6 runs this last outing against Oakland. Yes, I like it very, very much. Dave L.A. said Jim's still waiting on 8. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. I don't even believe those 8.5s are on the board anymore. Eric Sniffen says, really hope the A's kick some ass today. I agree. Von Polo said, I just put $100 on Oakland. Good luck, everybody. I love the sounds of that. Al Hart says, Jimmy, so you think Leafs go under over, being that you think Montreal go under 2.5? You're right. Those of you who are hoping on counting on the over are going to need Freddie Anderson to shit the bed, which he's been known to do early in the season. or they're going to need the Leafs to run up the score, which is not an impossible thing. But they are going up against Carey Price. I wouldn't jump all over that over personally. But we remember what the Leafs did last year. And the Leafs were going over every single game in the beginning of the year, and tons of people were making tons of cash off of it, and I wasn't. There was mistakes made last year. I mean, we had a very successful hockey season, but there were mistakes made last year. And the first mistake was I was too late to the over on the Leafs party, and people are going right back to the well. I can understand that. Gate Pasky says, I'm actually taking under 6 Habs Leafs. You know what? If I was forced to take a total, I think that's what I would do. Lou H says, Jim, I took Leafs over 6 at plus 160. I like the plus 160 line. You know, I like that. Don't get me wrong. I think, look at my plays. They're all plus numbers, all my 4 plays, so I like that. But Chad Costanza says, fading the team, raising the banner opening night has been profitable lately, hasn't it, Jimmy? Yes, it has. But you're dealing with trends going against you here, Chad. Perfect. We've moved on to the NHL. We're talking about you're going against trends. The Capitals just have the Bruins number. They beat them and beat them and beat them and beat them. Now, it's the beginning of the season, and I don't trust that trend at the beginning of the season. But yeah, I took no score in the first 9.5 minutes at plus 110. I'll be very interested to see what's happened there. My man, Michael Irvelina says, as a season ticket holder for the Ducks, I'm stoked the season is here, but also bummed on how this injury season is going to go. I bet Sharks puck line tonight. So did I, Michael Irvelina. I had to. It was Andre Case was the final straw when he was out with the concussion. I had to fade the Ducks. You're right. You're right. It's deja vu for the Anaheim Ducks. We went through this last year. We're going through this year right again. And it's partially management's fault. What do you expect when you're counting on guys like Ryan Kessler and Patrick Reeves? You're just going to have an injury trouble. See, Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaff. Your team has gotten old. And Silverberg did not become the sniper that I expected him to. The team is not great, and I'm concerned about those Ducks. My man Steven Alla in the house. Gay Pasky says the NHL will trend with higher scores this year, but not right out of the gate. And we had the numbers of the totals in the beginning of the year in the last few years, and they've gone over night 1 and night 2. We'll see if that happens here. My man Trenton Claxton, no run in the first with the Yankees. Parlay Poppy Tavares is an unreal addition to the potent Leafs. Expectations for the Leafs in 2018-19 have reached a fever pitch. I agree, but not having William Nylander in the lineup will hurt them. Parlay Poppy says, while the Montreal Canadiens are on the opposite side of the fence after the offseason that culminated in a trade of former captain Max Pacioretty to the Vegas Golden Knights. You know what? Patches had to go. I just thought they could have got something in return for him. Clearly, no. I mean, I wasn't. The market wasn't clear on Patches, but they did not get much for him. Tainoa Shigemoto, new commenter. Thank you for joining us. Tainoa says Yanks and the over. Raphael Kajat, Toronto, Montreal over. Good, bad. You know, if we think about what happened in 2017, 2016, the early games went over. I just don't know. I mean, if you can get 6 goals from the Leafs, I mean, I think you're going to need to get 4 goals minimum to get to that over. And that's questionable. I mean, a 4-1 Toronto final would not be a reach or a stretch of the imagination. My man Kingu about business. God, I love these guys, love these captains. I'm sure the Yankees will have a short leash on Severino. Yes, they will. My man R2D2 in the house. Dan Kelly, in my own personal religion, puck line Jimmy is the prophet. That means so much to me. Dan Kelly. And we got 3 puck lines to start the year at big plus numbers. Costanza says also no one talking about the Flames coming back from the trip to China. Kings did the same thing last year, and look how slow they started. Hope that's not the case for my Flames. That's a good call, Susanna. Exactly when did they get back? I thought they'd been back for a little while. Do you know the date that they got back, Susanna? Because that's a very good call. Campsite Killer says my Shark's going to roll. Need for tips. My man Alex says he needs 2 days break after this week. Yes, it's been a tough week, but the guys in the chat keep it rolling. Muhammad Joma, Flames puck line, Sharks puck line, Yankees run line. Susanna says, is that an old Canucks jersey I see Jimmy wearing? Not Bure, is it? No. No, I still don't have a number on it, but you know who I'm going to put on it? My man Tony Tanny at number 9. I need Tony Tanny a 9 on this one. Parlay Poppy, blind bet tip over 6 in last 8 season opening NHL games. Yeah. Let's see. JSN Cruz likes Toronto minus 1.5. That makes so much sense to me. R2D2 with a final score of Leafs 4, Montreal 2. Flipper 13 liking the Ducks to beat the Sharks. You know, John Garcia's on the Sharks minus 1.5. It took me a while to pull the trigger, and it was the case injury that finally made me do it. Because I agree, I think the Sharks might go through a feeling out period with Carlson, now the quarterback of that team. Muhammad Jones says, everyone disrespecting the Habs. The whole world sucking off the Leafs. This game will be close. You know, if we look back at the history of these two teams, Montreal plays Toronto tough. Okay, let's see what else. Paco Healy going to tail with San Jose. I get it. Al Mack joining us. Dope. Says China trip was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I thought we had enough time. But it did affect the Kings last year. So Sassana's just worried about his team. I'm a big guy on the Flames this year. You know my main futures, other than $100 on the Sharks to win the Cup at 10-1, I'm on the Panthers, Flames, and Flyers. And that excites me enormously to be on 3 teams, and only one of them made the playoffs last year. I'm extremely excited about that. Trenton Claxton's on Vancouver over and Anaheim over, so he's rolling. He is rolling with Freddie Fortune. Bay Area Sport tight ends love the under today, 8.5. Then ideally can live bet even more when it falls. Interesting. Yeah, you know, if we look at the history of these playoff games, other than, of course, that raucous Royals A's a few years back that went 9-8, I get it. Now, Flush Island, Jimmy, is there any low-hanging overs in hockey tonight? I would say no. I would say no, but I would say just no, straight up. I thought quite hard about taking the Flames Canucks over. That's the only one. And then R2D2 Finland says, same here. Leafs puck line, Sharks puck line. My buddy Sammy Kapanen's son, Kasperi Kapanen, plays tonight on the 4th line for the Leafs. Kasperi Kapanen won't be on that 4th line for long. R2D2 Finland, he's the real deal. Okay, Al Mack says game will not be close. So Al Mack loving his Leafs tonight. Okay, so let's just quickly, Al Mack Habs could lose by 7 tonight. Wow. And Parlay Poppy, back to baseball, which we will get to right after this. Hockey says, remember, last 3 winner-go-home games have been hammered under. I don't think that will happen tonight. And Gate Paskey says the Habs may end up going to the box trying to play a gritty game. If so, the Leafs will fill the net for sure, Almac. I don't know if they have the players to play a gritty game. They have Brendan Gallagher who can play a gritty game, but who else do they have? Wow, look at Almac. I'm actually on the Leafs minus 4.5 at plus 900. Look at that, Almac. Wow, I gotta copy and paste that. That could be up for the Genius Award, the Loshak in the Bag Genius Award. I'm actually on the Leafs minus 4.5. Wow, Almac. Respect. I love that. Oh, and I'll be at the game drunk on the job, says Almac. That's the way people like their employees drunk. I think he'll do a hell of a job. Isaiah has 5-2 or 4-2. Leafs R2D2. Sharks 5, Ducks 2. Jay Peach on the baseball game 5-2 and 6-2 Yanks. My man Elio Rodriguez in the house. Don't forget, Elio Rodriguez gave his favorite MMA play of the year. Favorite MMA play of the year he gave on our show yesterday. So keep an eye on my man Elio Rodriguez. Okay, all right. BT said Jimmy knows hockey, not Bo. Respect. Thank you. R2D2 has Caps 3, Bruins 3 heading into a shootout. Jay Page got the minus 16.5. Chris Brownlee in the house. Going to be a profitable season. Wow. Thanks for the shout out, man. I love working with you guys. Toronto puck line, Calgary puck line, San Jose puck line, Boston money line, and over 5.5 in San Jose Anaheim. Wow, that's interesting. Going against the Pats, but who knows early in the season, especially with this new look Sharks power play. The puck line king is recurring. Oh, man. Thank you for saying those wonderful things, Chris Brownlee. I like your plays, man. I like your spots. Sean Robertson, poor guy. I'm dead on the inside still after that horrific Cubs loss. They really milked you guys for every bit that they could. 13 innings, 2 back-to-back Giant games at Wrigley Field. They lose them both. You know what? It's not going to be another 106 years of losing, though. Not with Madden. But I hear people are thinking about Madden. I guess he's just got 1 year left on his contract. I think it'd be a mistake to let him go. And let's see. Eric Sniffen. What is his favorite MMA play of the year? Elio Rodriguez. Yes, you do. You gave it to me. Here, I have to pull it out from... was it yesterday? I'd have to pull it out from yesterday. Let me see. Or October 1st. You gave me your favorite MMA. I was even going over it. So I will find Elio Rodriguez's favorite MMA play of the year. I will find it. R2D2 says, am I the only one on the under with the Yanks? No, you're not. Parlay Poppy. Oh, not of the year, he said. Not of the year. I have it quote unquote here. But I hear you. Brian Watson says, thanks for the soccer picks. Atletico Madrid and PSV both to score. Okay, so let's quickly go over my NHL plays to start out the season. I'm on the Leafs minus 1.5 at plus 140. Beat that market move by 40 cents at some books. The John Tavares era begins. I'm surprised that they're still in this struggle with William Nylander, but I think the Leafs put a beat down on the Habs tonight. I just don't trust. I don't like what the Habs are doing. I think Bergevin should be fired, but you know what? They get this number 1 overall pick 6 months from now, and get that young American stud, and all will be better, I guess. Money charts. I'm on Toronto minus 1.5 plus 129. Bet it yesterday. We'll look to bet the exact score 5-1 when that becomes available. I like that score. I feel it. John Roy, who's giving us, man, if you don't follow John Roy on Twitter, you should. He gave us the information. He works at Soldier Field. He gave us the field, the information before game time. Enough time for all of us to make bets. And he said the field looks great. Take the over. And he was bang on. Bang on. KG said, did I goof taking the over tonight? No. I mean, if you look at our top MLB handicappers, guys like Dave LA like the over. So no, I don't think so. Parlay Poppy, the line opened up at plus 162 for Toronto minus 1.5. It did. And I should have got it the day before I made it. I should have taken it right away. But Russell is definitely gone. And we did the same thing. You have to clean the house sometimes with guys who have the athleticism that you'd like to have on the field, but you have to clean house if there's character issues. Certainly Addison Russell has one. Dad fan, my book has Yanks minus 210. Think I got to go A's. A lot of people here like the A's. Will the Leafs trade Nylander for defense? I think that would be a great move for them, Brian Watson, without doubt. So yes, Thomas Tatar is not a first-line forward. This Habs team is in big trouble. Also, no Shea Weber. That's going to hurt them. So, Susanna asking to quickly recap my NHL plays. I will do that right now. Leafs minus 1.5 at plus 140. Bruins Capitals. No score in the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds at plus 110. I'm very interested to see if I did beat this line movement. I think, and this was a move that was brought to me by Gate Pass Key, and I don't even know if he is on it. I know he's on the first period under, but this was a move that I started liking more and more after we talked. Let's see. Score here. No, the line's still the same. Plus 110 if you want that. And look at this, not giving me first period unders at this point in NHL. Bet 365 slow to be hammering this. Jason Miller says, why did my main account get blocked? I've been a member here for ages. I don't know why that is, Jason Miller. We don't block anybody here. There are people at SBR that do a lot of blocking. And so again, last week or so, I didn't do it, but the people that work here down in the office went on and unblocked everybody. They freed everybody who'd been blocked. So apologies. We don't want that to ever happen, and we don't block anybody here. So Jason Miller, I'm sorry that happened to you, but come back for action. We want you here. We want you a part of the Low Bag fam. John Roy says, hockey's my weakest sport by far. For your information, don't worry. You're with us. D&G. I have Leafs at minus 3.5 at plus 400. People liking what Al Mack is drinking. And talking, Bart Nelson coming in, talking about Wolfing over umpire. Let's get to that quickly. Okay, so I'm on the Leafs minus 1.5 at plus 140. I'm on no score in the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds of the Bruins Capitals game at plus 110. Julian Yassin joining us. Thank you for coming, my man. Flames minus 1.5 at plus 227. Why don't we just take a quick look to see if I beat that line move here? Okay. Calgary, yeah, I did. The best you could get is at Heritage plus 215. So that makes me feel good. And then the final one was the Sharks. I had to jump on the Sharks train. I was hesitant, but I did at minus 1.5 at plus 180. Let's see what the market move is. Wow, there's no plus 180s. The best you could get is at Heritage at plus 171. You wager at plus 170. But 5 dimes, even though we don't use 5 dimes lines, is hanging up plus 180. Okay, so that's it. Those are my 4 plays, all plus lines. Last year, my season-long average line was plus 128, and it will be higher this year. We're going to go for big scores, and there's going to be a lot of volatility, but it's going to be a lot of fun. My man Gabe Paskey says, yeah, he might be good in the marketing department, but could okay. Sorry, I missed that. Mikey D in the house. And, okay. So that's what it is, and that is what it isn't. Let's break into the. So that's it, and just one last call. I guess you guys have 40 more minutes for your futures. So why don't I just quickly run down the future bets that I made and made official pick on the show. What the hell is this? Oh, that's just my whole NHL futures. Where did I have my show me my goddamn futures here? Is it under October? No, is it under sorry you guys. Is it under October 2nd? No, is it under Jesus, I just have too many goddamn things open. Okay, maybe I won't bother with running over my futures. But I do have them here, so I don't know where the hell they are. Baseball 844. Okay, you know what? I'll pull them up quickly from what I sent. I'm sorry about this. Stop. Oh, you know what? I'll just tell you exactly what I did. I have no, I will get them for you because you have 40 minutes if you want to make a move, and it's worth making one last decision if you want to invest in these futures. Here we go. Sent. Okay. All right, here we go. These are my futures. I have the Panthers over 94.5 points at minus 125. The Panthers to win the Atlantic Division at 16-1. The Panthers to win the East at 25-1. The Panthers to win the Stanley Cup at 50-1. I have the Canadians under 81.5 points at minus 150. That was a $500 bet. So all my point total overs are $200. The only bet I made was $500. The only MLB futures bet I made for $500 was the Leafs. The Blue Jays team total wins under 81.5. The only one I'm making this year is the Canadians under 81.5 points. $200 on the Red Wings over 73.5 points at plus 100. $200 on the Avalanche over 86.5 points at minus 130. And then $200 on the Flyers over 98.5 points at minus 115. Flyers to win the Met at 6-1. And these are $100 bets. Flyers to win the East at 12.5-1. Flyers to win the Cup at 25-1. Sharks to win the Cup at 10-1. Then $200 on the Flames over 94.5 points. $100 on the Flames to win the division at plus 560. $100 on Flames to win the West at 14-1. $100 on Flames to win the Cup at 28-1. And $200 on the Coyotes under 82.5 points. And that is what it is, friends. That is what it is. Okay, Daryl Lyles on Bruins plus 1.5 and full game under looks good. And Chris Blanchard says throw records and talent out the door when Habs and Leafs play. Wouldn't surprise me if Habs keep it close. You know, we'll see just how bad these Habs are, and we'll see how bad these Canucks are. But from what I'm seeing, I think that they are bad. I think these are really bad hockey teams. Jewish sex learner saying, what you smoking, bro? As you can tell by my high speed right now, nothing. But let me know, Jewish sex learner, what you think of my futures. I mean, I'm clear what you smoking, bro means that you don't like them, but I like them. I like this Panthers, Flames, and Flyers, and I'm getting a ton of value and big numbers. Let's hear. Yeah, Dad Fence says, damn, Jimmy, that's a lot of futures. $2,700 in futures pumps me up. Dan Kelly, I don't judge, but I got Calgary -1 at plus 132. I'm not saying that you are being a greedy bastard or that God thinks I'm better than you. -1 at plus 132 is good enough for me. That's all I'm saying. You're a great guy, Dan. But for me, nice. Jewish sex lawyer says, I love Florida, bro. Yeah, I think there's so much value. Imagine 16-1 to win the division. You look at the top six forwards, they're nasty. They have it all. You know, you got the scoring from Huberdeau and Barkov, but then you got 6'6" Bukestad. I know he's not like a big, tough 6'6", but he still can use his height and just sort of like Getzlaf. He's not quite as tough as Getzlaf, obviously. And then you got Trocheck winning faceoffs, killing penalties. I absolutely like it. Jewish sex lawyer said Panthers are going to be a legit team. I agree. And love hearing that. Jewish sex lawyer, thank you for joining us. You know what, Dan Kelly? I'm not going to take these -1 line. And I'm going to take the -1.5 for empty net goals. I'm going to do it all year. I'm going to do it all year. I thought about it all offseason. I thought about it all summer. And I can understand in baseball why it was a mistake taking the -1.5 as much as I did. But I don't agree in hockey. And times when you push, I don't mind taking the loss. And the times when I hit, I mean, I'm getting plus 227 on the -1.5. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Okay. Mohamed Jones has Price has been a bottom 10 goalie last couple of seasons. Honestly, been awful. That's harsh. I love hearing that from a Habs fan, but that is harsh. Logan Kelly says, long-time listener. First time I've been able to comment on my work phone. I love this show and the Money Gang family. Wow, you've all helped me skyrocket my bankroll. Thank you all. Amazing group. Logan, Kelly. Wow, that is nice to hear. That is nice to hear, and great to hear that your bankroll is climbing. And we're in the season where it should be. NFL, NHL, NBA. Let's get that Papa yay. And R2D2 says you're right. Jimmy Pucklines rule. And Ayushia De Rosa says, parlez tu le français, I don't speak any French, but I respect you, Ayushia. I do remember fromage, and I do remember un petit peu, stuff like that. Mikey D says, I went Puckline on Leafs plus 140 and Sharks plus 185 tonight. So far, hoping just one hit at least. And Jimmy, we trust with hockey. Yeah, I love that, Mikey D. I love that. I love you taking both those. I love, we've done this. We did this time in and time out last year, taking two big plus minus 1.5s, and all you need is one to hit for glory. Okay. Gate Pasky says the open-enders must be taken advantage of, like leaving money on the table regularly. Yes, G&G Jimmy Price is in net. And Jason Miller, what's everybody's confidence level on the Leafs? I think people are drinking the Leaf sauce, no doubt about it. Nikki I back in action. Okay, so that's NHL. I've read you out on my futures. I read you out my 4 plays today. My only lean, I guess I would say I have a slight lean to the over in the Canucks Leafs, but I just need to watch these teams before I make too many bets. R2D2 says Babcock has the Leafs ready. I love Babcock. And, if you look for heart and soul players in the NHL, a lot of them are from Saskatchewan, where old Babcock is from. Ayushia says Bruins money line. Will Caps have a hangover game 1? That's a good question. They've smashed the Bruins. I think it's 12 straight times. That's a good question. And I'm uncomfortable with that game. But the Bruins are healthy right now, and you should take advantage of a healthy Bruins team. Andrew Klein says if A's minus 1.5 comes close to plus 300, may have to take that for value. I get it. Jewish Sex Leader says, sorry, came in late. Hey, at least you're here, my man. What's your plays again? Okay, I'm on Leafs, minus 1.5 at plus 140. I'm on Capitals, Bruins, no score in the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds at plus 110. They're having the banner ceremony. I think they'll get off to a slow start. Then I'm on the Flames, minus 1.5 at plus 227. And I'm at the Sharks, minus 1.5 at plus 180. Big plus spot. Let's get that paper. Okay, so that's the NHL. We are 32 minutes, actually about 37 minutes away from the puck dropping and the start of the NHL season. It is excitement on ice. Chris Blanchard says, I like the Nucks tonight. 1-6 in preseason. We'll see. Muhammad Joma says, all this Leafs love is hilarious. I think it is pretty funny, too. But hey, man, when you haven't won a cup since 1967, you're allowed a little hope. Nikki I says Jimmy Krug's out for Bruins. Krug out for Bruins, but other than that, they're healthy. Yes, you're right, and thank you for mentioning that, Nikki. Thank you for mentioning that, because I did say this is a healthy squad. He isn't a walking boot. He's a key member of that power play. Very good point, Nikki. Thank you for mentioning that. That is important. When I do think of these Bruins, I really think of Marchand and Krejci being healthy. I mean, we got some old players, with a lot of miles on them. But Parlay Poppy says Washington wins tonight. Good price. Jewish Sex Learner, you don't like the over in Montreal game? I don't know how many goals Montreal can put up. So my concern for the guys on the over is that you're going to need at least 4 goals from the Leafs. And Carey Price is in that, and who knows what we're going to get from Carey Price, because there's doubters. We have one right here in our chat, Mohammed Joma. Trenton Claxton says, what happened with the monkey you talked to? He's right across the way. I need to add my man Spidey into more videos and stuff. I see him every day. I see him every morning. So, yeah, that's Spidey. Ski Prophet says, Jimmy's so excited. I love it. I'm pumped. I am pumped. Tomer says, Blackhawks have bigger issues than the Kane issue off the ice. They've lost key role players from the Cubs team. The Blackhawks are a bad hockey team. And Jewish Lawrence says, I'm with you on Flames. Big, beautiful. PG OON 187 Pete says, Jimmy, you are killing it solo. I'm doing my best, and I can't do it without the chat. But, man, I long to have Pete's mustache beside me. So we all miss you very much, Pete, and love you. Okay. That's it. Wow. R2D2 Finland, make sure you parlay 4 tie games with $5. When that does hit, that will hit big. Adrian Bredo says, Jimmy, do you like the first quarter over in the Toronto game? You know what, Adrian Bredo? I didn't get enough time to hammer the preseason basketball, but no worries. King's Court leads is after this show. We lead right into King's Court. Kings Court's at 7:30 Eastern time, 4:30 Pacific time, and they were smashing yesterday. Everybody including Dan Kelly on the Cavaliers at +8, cashed easily. They live bet Charlotte Hornets at plus, I believe King got +9.5. Charlotte won by 8. There's going to be a ton of money to be made live betting with the boys on that show. Arthur Meade Jr. joining us. Big Ragoos on the Leafs and Sharks tonight. And, oh, yeah, it's Brian Watson seen games in the Forum standing room. What a great view. The Forum is a special place. Sadly never got to see a game there. I did see a game at the new spot, and it was really fun. Arthur Meade says, I like the jersey a lot. Thank you. The old Knucklehead jersey. Okay, so that's what up. That's what's up. So let's move on to the giant baseball game coming up. Very excited about this. As you guys know, I put $100 on the Yanks to win the American League at 100-1 early in the season. Also lost $100 on them to win the division at 50-1, but that's fine. There was one chance. I did have one chance to hedge. One chance all year when the Astros were just -220 to win the division, and I should have done it, and that was a mistake. I am not hedging now. I actually do have $300 on the Yankees at +600 from earlier in the year. Both those are official picks here on the show. Those are my last two futures left. They're both locked up in these two teams, and it was probably a mistake. Tomarino Tomor was on the Red Sox early. A lot of our guys like Paco Schofield and Jay Peach were on the Astros early. Would like to be on them, but I don't have them. That fed funny. Doom is beat, but it moves quicker. Not repeating everything twice. Oh, that's so funny. Raphael Kadjet, love your Panthers pick. Buy low. Let's get it. I do too, Raphael. I'm in love with their top 6 forwards. So young. I mean, look, they got Hoffman for nothing. I know he comes with some baggage because his wife's batshit crazy, but I really, really think. I just wish that they weren't playing out there an hour out of Miami. I wish they could play in downtown Miami, get the city behind them, but whatever. Okay, let's get into this. Arthur Meade Jr., I really like the Minnesota North Stars. I believe you mean the Minnesota Wild. And Minnesota Wild are that team that's so consistent, plays good hockey, great defense. I'm a huge fan of Dumba. You know, they're a team with a lot of veteran leadership, size, and Niederreiter and Stahl. They're just always going to be there. Dumba, Suter in the back end. They're a good quality hockey team. I just don't think they're that elite. You know you're always going to get between 94 and 98 points out of them. You know that they'll be in the playoffs. I can understand why you like them. Okay. And Dan Kelly talking basketball. We got such a great group here. Gabe Pasky says Marner will feed him steady. I know he's talking about Johnny 1T, that being Johnny Tavares. G&G said Panthers look good. Okay, so A's at Yankees. So first off, we had to figure out exactly why they were going with Severino. We know he's 1-1 with a 5.63 ERA in the 4 postseason starts. We know he got lit up by the Twins last year in the wild card game. Here, and this was an article. This wasn't my own research. This was an article on MLB.com. The answer was this, that the A's are one of the best hitting teams in baseball against lower velocity fastballs, but against high velocity fastballs, they're one of the worst. Against fastballs below 97, only one team had a better XWOBA than the A's, that being the Boston Red Sox. Against fastballs throwing 97 miles per hour or harder, there were only 2 teams that were worse than the A's, that being the Giants and the Rays. That has to be it, because we know Severino has a tale of 2 seasons, 5-6 with a 5.57 ERA in his last 12 starts. And after the A's rocked him, he did actually have a nice last 3 starts, going 2-1 with a 2.04 ERA. And listen, the same sort of skewed or difficult to read numbers are that with Hendricks. I know Hendricks is only going to last 4 or 5 batters, but after he was designated for assignment and nobody wanted him, he pitched excellent. He pitched excellent in Nashville, and then when he came back, he had a 1.38 ERA in 12 appearances. I like that they're starting with Hendricks. I believe it. My man DJ Big Boss says, hit that like and stay tuned for Kings Court. Yes, support Kings Court. And God, these guys I watched last night, these guys are making money live betting. Great group of cappers with their heads together. It's like this show, but focused on basketball. And we know that why this show was special when we are hitting is because 300 cappers are better than 1. Now, baseball really got me in the old prison pocket this year. But who knows? Oh, Elio Rodriguez, Oakland team total over 3. Thank me now. Dave L.A. dropped his plays. Okay, here we go. Yes, and I retweeted Dave L.A.'s plays today. A's team total over 3.5 and plus 1.5. Let's go. DeRozan. So that fan says DeRozan's point is the only reason I don't load up on the A's. That's Ayushia. What is Ayushia? Oh, take the Yankees. Major League Baseball won't let the Yankees lose, is what he means. They want a Yankees-Red Sox series. Risk the juice. I hear that. I hear that. I try not to believe in those types of things, so to enjoy sports. I try my best not to believe in those sort of things. My man JR3 says Austin Matthews to score Maple Leafs over 3.5 goals. Thoughts? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. I would expect you to get a big plus line on that action, but especially Maple Leafs over 3.5 goals. In fact, for those of you who are on the over, I would prefer just the Leafs over, personally. Okay, so that's what's up. That is what it is. I am not going to make a bet here. It just doesn't make sense when I've got futures on both sides. I will be cheering heavily for my Oakland A's, heavily for this team. I really like the makeup of this roster, and how do you not cheer for this small market team against the big bad Bronx Bombers? I know how you don't. It's if you're a big Yankee fan, if you're from the New York area, and we love those guys too. So Najee Smith saying over. There we go. Over. My man Kyle Fergus, hockey is here, Jimmy. Hell yeah, brother, it is. And Chad Costanza saying A's run line, real good value, I think. John Holtby said the same MLB conspiracy about the Cubs last night. Yeah, you know what, John Holtby, I don't know how you can, be in the handicapping biz if you really believe in those sorts of things. But I just try so hard not to, just to enjoy this. Elio Rodriguez says Oakland wins 5-4. Wouldn't that be glorious? Dan Kelly, you guys follow Dan Kelly on Twitter, and we are so lucky to have him as part of the Low Bag fam. He will also be on, I'm sure, King's Court all the time. Dan Kelly, I just got Brooklyn -4. Dan Kelly destroys basketball. Jewish Sexler says the New York Yankees are 6-0 in their last 6 home playoff games. 13-2 in Sevy's last 15 home starts. 72-31 in their last 103 home games. That's scary stuff. Kyle Fergus asking where's Loshak? Loshak is in NYC, but we'll be back soon. Jewish Sexler says the Oakland Athletics 1-6 in their last 7 playoff road games, 4-11 in their last 15 playoff games overall. And the over is 19-7-1 in their last 27 games overall. Frank says Pete is in NYC because he's at the game. I hope he's at the game. Susana says, want A's to win. My heart as a fan, but as a gambler, New York Yankees are the play. I hear you guys. I hear both sides. Andrew Klein says, yep, A's value -1.5, probably going to pull the trigger. Parlay Poppy, Severino is so much better at home. 10-2 with a 2.74 ERA, 1.043 ERA. 1.043 whip is what he means compared to his iffy road record. Listen, I think the A's are happy to be here. Oh, Dave L.A. says if you see 8, take the over. I agree. Mohammed Joma, Yankees 8, A's 3. I hope that's not the case. Hey, these A's want to play Yankee Stadium. It's a better park for them. They're a home run hitting squad. Okay, so that is the MLB spot. Very excited about this game. And, the A's hit 255, 773 OPS versus righties. Let's take that to the bank. Elio Rodriguez, $200 parlay. Oakland and over pays $950. Oh, that sounds good. Mikey D, anyone interested in the Colorado Avalanche? 40-1 to hoist the cup. I just don't think they have enough depth, Mikey. Their second line just is not enough for me. But I like them. And I took their season point total over 86.5, and I put $200 on it. But Jewish Sexler, I'm not following trends in numbers. I'm on Oakland. G&G, A's will surprise you all. That's what I hope happens. Jason Miller, Yankees run line and over. So we got a lot of overs coming through. Nasty Nate says, I don't get why when you and Pete take time off, you don't watch on your phone and join the chat. Nasty Nate, I hear that. But you know what? Sometimes you need a break. And I tell you what, Nasty Nate, I go on benders, man. I go on benders when I'm not here. And I don't know. I guess maybe you get the laughs, but I don't want to derail the show with my drunken nonsense. Let's see this. Okay, Shaquille Bell, Leafs solo over and Montreal solo over is the play tonight. Interesting. Interesting way of handling things, I guess, because then, if it's just the Leafs and the full game over doesn't hit, at least then you have half your money back. I guess that's your thinking behind that. Okay. Andrew DeBoy says Yankees -1.5. Let's go. God, it's going to be a fun. Is there anything more exciting than these wild card games? They're absolutely incredible. Okay, so that's what's up, Nats Nate. Respect. I knew you would respect that, Nats Nate. You know what? I like to get, I like to do my thing, and also you know what? Pete worked his ass off. He worked his ass off. He's grinding nonstop, and I'm happy that he gets a little bit of time off to regroup and refresh. We see what happens when we come back fresh. I mean, the last time I had a couple days off, I was sick. Monday and Tuesday, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had the weekend off, then I had Monday, Tuesday off because I was sick. I came back Wednesday, and I was up 12.34 units in MLB that day. Sometimes it's good to become fresh, and I know that Pete will come fresh, and I can't wait to have him back. Love the guy. Okay. John Roy says you can burn out doing this type of stuff. And then quickly on basketball, which we haven't been doing enough of, but we will as we get closer and as I watch Kings Court as much as possible. Dan Kelly says these two teams don't like each other. Nets, Knicks, both teams want to win no matter what they're playing. Barclays Center will be full of Knicks fans as usual, and the Nets will want to piss them off. Ooh, I like that. I like that breakdown. Tomar says Parlay Severino. Oh, talking to Parlay says Severino was great in the playoffs last year. His postseason ERA is just high because he got hammered his first start. Okay, well, let's move on to NFL. Very exciting wild card game. I'm looking forward to watch it immensely. Sammy J. New York says no one cares how messed up your life is. You know what? That's what we found is not the case, Sammy. We think that people come to this show just because they know that Pete and I's life are messed up, and we are transparent about it. Okay, let's get into the NFL section. I've made 6, count them, 6 picks already. And yes, Kyle Fergus asking Dan Kelly, what's your Twitter? Definitely follow Dan Kelly on Twitter. Got great NBA insights. So let's go over first the 6 plays that I'm on. And I want to talk about the Rams game first, and then we'll move on to some other games. I'm on Jaguars +3 at +101. I took a lot of heat for that play. A lot of people still believing in the Chiefs. In fact, my man Kelly McMillan out of Oakland said that the Chiefs are going to roll. So much so that he gave me an extra half point, and we put a steak dinner on it. I love it. So I've got Jags +3.5 against McMillan. So I have Jags +3 at +101. I would, Vitalis says 6 picks. I hope you like that I got 6 picks. Oh, Susana says, Jimmy, need your help quickly for NHL Fantasy for the season. Kopitar or Kovalchuk. Regular assists and goals are 1 point, but power play goals assists are 2 points. Who would you take? Oh, I would take Kopitar, without a doubt. I would take Kopitar. I'm sure that Kovalchuk's good for 25 goals, but he will slow down as the year goes on. And we saw Kopitar bounce back huge last year. And really surprisingly how big he bounced back. And if he's capable of bouncing back like that last year, what's he going to do with Kovalchuk on his line? Probably be great. Jim Momsadou says, what happened to Nostra Toda? Nostra Toda is a mysterious cap. Hit his 100 units and went off into the sunset. He's also excellent at college basketball. So I'm sure Nostra Toda will be back. You know what happens when you're capping on Twitter. You get a lot of hate. For whatever reason, people were, throwing hate his way, which is crazy when the guy's up 100 units and giving them all out for free. But I think he will come back. He just needs a break. He needs a rest, just like our man Pete needs a little break, needs a little rest. Yeah, to Sandy, he'll be passing them all season. I agree. Absolutely agree. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Jags +3 at +101. Oh, yeah, and we don't have the records because we don't have them refreshed yet because Pete is gone. He handles them. But I'm 18-18 right now in the NFL season on the official picks here, and I'm fine with that after 3 weeks. First 3 weeks, I always find very difficult. Remember in Beat the Bag last year, I started off really bad the first 3 or 4 weeks. Then I hit 6 straight weeks of best bets and got rolling. Ended up about 9 units in that competition. Well, of the 700 or so people, of the 680 SBR pros that were in the competition by the end of it, only 68 beat me, I believe. Actually, 69 beat me. Okay, so let's go. I'm on Titans -3 at -120. That is game 2. I'm on the Panthers -7 at -102. I think they smashed the Giants in the mouth. I'm very close to taking the under in Broncos Jets. That total hasn't moved at all. Lions. I'm on the Lions +1.5 at -110. Hard to find that. I had to bet it at +1. I'm on Bengals -6 at -110. I'm a little concerned because Bernard's not there. Looks like he might not be active this week. And then I'm going to need Mixon to be in the lineup. So I'm a little concerned now about that play. I was going to take the Chargers team total over. It's 30.5 at my book. Don't know if I'm going to make the move there. I am going to take the 49ers as soon as I know what's going on with their offensive linemen. Staley, Richburg, and McGlinchey all have yet to practice this week. I'm on the Eagles -3. And that's that. Those are my plays. Okay, Reef New York City said, Jimmy, you on the Yanks? No, I'm not betting this game. I've got futures on both sides. I'll be cheering on the Oakland A's. Nasty Nate says, Jimmy, how much are you putting on the hockey picks? You know, it was $200 a unit last year after I jumped it up in 2018. I had a really strong October, November, December in all sports. And I moved my unit from 150 to 200. And then I've had a terrible season, a terrible year so far. So I'm not starting at 200. I'm starting at 125. $125 for these hockey picks. And I've kind of got a new situation now where what I'm going to do, I was actually going to start at $100, but I started at 125 for NHL. I'm still at 100 for NCAA football. But what I'm going to do is as soon as I get over 500 for the month, I'll move to 150. As soon as I'm up over 1,000 on the month, I'll move back to 200. That way, if I don't get to those places, I keep it at $100 half unit bet, and then I don't, hemorrhage too much cash. That is the thinking. Reef New York City said, thank you, bro. Love your insight, bro. Reef New York City, we love having you as part of the Low Bag fam. And yeah, okay, so let's do this quickly. Go over what you guys think. So we're talking NFL football here. D from Detroit likes Jags money line. That makes me feel good. And Famoso liking this Jags defense. Ajit J1 says, Flames winless in the last 8 season openers. As a Flames fan, nothing worries me more than this. Still bet on them tonight, though. Yes, and I did too. I'm big on your Flames this year, and I got futures all over them. Win the division, win the conference, win the cup. Okay, let's see. Tomor, talking about the Thursday nighter. I think the value's on the Patriots, so T.Y. Hilton will not be active tomorrow night. That's bad. I still need to find out if Moore, their safety, is going to be in the line. He's dealing with concussion protocol. On these short weeks, they're generally not cleared. Thomas said, I think the value's on the Patriots. I'd be concerned they'd be flat off a blowout, but it's a Thursday game. Colts have many injuries. Another offensive lineman could be out. Eileen Pats first half. Interesting. D&G said, Jimmy, they have the bagpipes out in Maple Leaf Garden. The blood is boiling. Hockey's back. Parlay Poppy. Brady is jizzing in his pants right now. Edelman back and optimistic Gordon. Will spread Gronk out if he's in with these two guys. Team total over 30.5 points. Interesting. John Roy saying, what happened to Jessica Fine? You know she'll be back. Don't worry. Elo Rodriguez says, all but the Lions. I love this Lions play, man. I love it. When we break down the Lions-Packers game, what's the biggest flaw in the Lions? Their run defense. What's the biggest flaw on the Packers other than their defense? It's their rushing attack. What's the best part of this Detroit Lions squad? It's their pass defense. What's the best part of this Packers squad? It's their passing game. We're in Detroit. Rodgers' knee won't like that turf. I love this. Hit money. Chris Davis, no hits tonight, +170. Don't want to see that. Homer says the 49ers have many injuries. Looks like, oh shit, I missed that. Damn it. Shoot. I'm sorry, I'm way behind. Looks like their best offensive lineman, Staley, will be out. If Staley's out, I probably won't make that bet. Pats 8-2 against the spread. Big Dave is on the Bronx Bombers. Love having Big Dave more involved with our show. Robbie says Chargers first half at -3 at plus money. Worth a look. Drew Martin. Drew, my man. We miss you. Nice to see Drew Martin in the house. God, I miss that guy. Come back to us, Drew. Come back. Costa Rica is not the same without my man, Drew Martin. Gay pass key all over the Ravens, and that's what the market wants you to do. I mean, hanging these -2.5s and -3s against the Browns, I'm very concerned about that spot. Elio Rodriguez, Jags money line is the better than the points. I don't think so. I'm happy to get the point. But I hear what you're saying. Isaac Higgins in the house likes the Knicks and under on the Yankees game today. Actually, a bunch of people are coming in really believing in that over here. Mohammed Joma says, love Texans, Tomor. Muhammad Joma, if you won't mind breaking that game down in the comment section a little bit as to why you like the Texans, or better off, make us a video. Get us a video. We'd love to have a video, you guys. We'd love to have our low baggers making us videos. I love fading the Cowboys. I just don't know if what happened last week was real with these Houston Texans. Okay, let's see. Thomas says, I'd lean Jags, but I'm not sure that. Oh, who you like in college football, Jimmy? You know what? Maybe we should do that. Let's take advantage of Drew Martin here. Let's take advantage of having Drew with us on the show. So let's see if we'll just do a couple more NFL comments. And now that we got Drew Martin, please stay with us the rest of the show, and let's bang out this college football card. Okay. Andrew Klein saying Edmund will be back. Let's see what else. Mohamed Joma saying Packers have a pretty solid running game. I do not agree with that. Let's see. Any more? Okay, we're going to get into college football, and that's what we should do because we have Drew Martin with us. Lamont Williams says, I take A's money line, and that play, what you think? You know what? I win 10 grand if the A's win the American League, so obviously I'm a little blinded. When I put out the tweet that I had $100 on the A's at 50-1 to win the division and 101 to win the pennant, I had nonstop hate and people laughing at me and telling me what a trash handicapper I was. So it made me feel good when the A's went on their giant run in the second half. I feel like the Yankees offense is not a well-oiled machine right now, even though they broke the home run record. I think the A's want to be the dog. They want to be the underdog. They want to be let out of a cage. They want to do it in a big spot like Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. So, yeah, where's the value? The value's on the A's to me. There's no doubt about it. But it's not easy going up against these Yanks. And Severino doesn't step up to me. Doesn't step up in the big games. Will he be able to do that at Yankee Stadium? That's his hope. That's got to be his hope. Okay. And Savage Larry says, even though they broke the home run record, do you think this is a well-oiled machine? Do you feel like Aaron Judge is back? Do you feel like Stanton's hitting at the level he's hitting? Do you think Sanchez is hitting well right now? Yeah, they broke the home run record. I mean, what do you think, Savage Larry? What do you guys think? Do you think that this Yankees offense is rolling right now? Because I mean, if it wasn't for Andahar stepping up this year, they would have had some serious problems. I mean, Andahar was incredible. Elio Rodriguez says, it's baseball. I like teams with no pressure. So do I. Najee Smith saying full game over is the play. Okay. I just want to quickly, okay, we have Drew Martin. We have to take advantage of that. I just want to talk about this Rams spot. And quickly, let me know what you guys think, and then we will use Drew Martin here and milk as much college football out of Drew as we can. First off, Yankees offense isn't in great form. Okay, thank you, Tomor. Okay. Excuse me. I think the Rams... oh, shit. Okay, too excited. Okay. I think the Rams want to smash the Seahawks in the mouth in front of their home crowd to put an exclamation mark on the passing of the torch. I really do. If there's still sevens available, I think this has got to be a play. Are there still sevens available? I think that's got to be my next play, and probably the under in the Broncos-Jets game. There are sevens available, and it looks like they'll be available again when we wake up in the morning. I want to know what you guys think about this. John Roy's it likes the Seahawks plus 7.5. I get it. Drew Martin says, Jimmy, you want my leche? Let me be the first to answer that with a no, but I want your information and your guidance, Drew Martin. Okay. Earl Thomas injury was devastating. Now I actually thought, I mean, there's some guys in the chat that didn't think it is as devastating as I felt like it was because he wasn't in form. But the only impact leader left to me is Bobby Wagner. We'll see if KJ Wright is good to go. The Griffin twins, they're good ballers and they're guys that you want on your team. Peters will play for the Rams, but Talib is out. I think this Rams team wants to beat up on the Seahawks. I want to take the Rams here. And Thomas says, I don't see Seattle's offensive line holding up. But Wilson's great at home. I'm not sure the Rams get it done for this game. And Dwayne Reed coming in saying Denver plus 1.5 is a gift. You know what, Dwayne? I initially thought that, and it's been sort of talked off. I've been sort of talked off that play, but that was my initial feeling, was that the Broncos were the play, and I don't know if I do anymore. I wouldn't mind hearing your breakdown there if you get a second. Okay. All right, you guys. No, last talk. Since you've been doing hockey, would you think a three-way is risky than betting the money line on opening day? Yeah, it's risky, and I want that volatility. I want to go for these -1.5 spots. I want to go for big scores. Those of you who don't like the -1.5, take teams in regulation. Go for big scores. That's what hockey's about. John Roy says the 12-man Seattle's toughest place to play in football, not even close. Okay, Seattle's defense has been horrible with Thomas out. Okay, so Tomori is backing that. Oh, and okay, so sorry, Tomori. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth. Okay, you guys, that's what up. I think that the Rams should be a play. Parlay Poppy says, where will the offense come from on the Seahawks? Where will the defense come from? Locker rooms problems. Earl Thomas may have been involved in that. You're probably right, Parlay. Rams too potent for this sketchy team. Okay. That is another addition I'm going to make. I'm going to make it right now. I'm going to make the Rams -7 right now. -101 at Pinnacle. I think they lower the boom here. Okay, official play, Rams -7 at -101. And that is what it is and what it isn't. Najee Smith saying 33-10. Seattle Magic gone. Okay, a gas station sushi. Woodbine, Wednesday night racing. Number 4, Enchanted. 100 to win, pretty much sure thing, short price. Ooh, I love that gas station sushi. Okay, wow, Red Girl and everybody who's on the A's solo over. It's up to 4 now. Great job beating that line. Okay, you guys, let's talk college football with our man, Drew Martin. And we have an expert in the house with Drew Martin. First off, Drew, the first play I made, and I'd love to hear your insight, was I found that market move towards Pittsburgh very confusing. Do you feel like Syracuse is in a great big letdown spot? Because I thought there might be a U-shaped form to this market move, and that money might come back on Syracuse. So I did make my first play, Syracuse at -3.5 at -110, and I did bet that already. Mikey D says, Junior, you play round robins, 2s, 3s, and 4s in NHL ever? You stick to straight bets primarily? I used to a ton, and I might go back to it a bit this year. We'll see. I'm definitely not going to start off the year by doing it, but I used to a lot, and right now I'm just doing solo bets on big -1.5 spots. Brian Lee, 3 more minutes to the Leafs. So I'd love to hear that. Oh, Wifey locks Flames over. Interesting, Natalie. That goes right with my man Freddie Fortune. All right, Carlos Coes says North Texas will cover -27. Interesting. North Texas seems like the real deal. No doubt about that. I will copy and paste your North Texas play. I made a mistake not taking them against Liberty. Elio Rodriguez says, I gave Oakland team total over as my play at noon. Great spot, Elio Rodriguez. Najee Smith says Syracuse 4-1 against the spread in the last 5. When we're talking about Seattle, Seahawks saying Baldwin is hurt too. Where did we lose? Did we lose Drew Martin? Come back to us, Drew. Come back to us. We need to get his insights. He will help very much. Let's go over some of the plays that the cappers in the chat like. How about that? Dwayne Reed saying Colorado -3 is a steal. Dwayne Reed, you're not the first person to like Colorado in that spot, and I tend to agree. There we go. There we go. Drew Martin in the house. What's he have to say? He says, hardly an expert. Come on, Drew. We know the truth. But I like Syracuse. Similar style offense as UCF, and UCF just let paid all over that. Yes, they certainly did. So Drew Martin back in our spot with Syracuse. I love hearing that. John Roy says, shitload of reverse line movement on Pitt, but phony money in my opinion. I agree on Syracuse -3. Similar to the West Virginia game this past Saturday. West Virginia, that's another question I have for Drew Martin. I'm starting to feel like, we've been talking about it for the last 2 weeks, West Virginia could be a top 5 team in the country. They've been putting money in my pocket, and I've been very enjoying it because, as we know, college football's tough. So many games and so much, it's very difficult to cap everything. Najee Smith said Colorado made me a shit ton of money last Friday. Okay, Brian Clark likes Texas +8. DJ Big Boss, Washington -20.5 for UCLA. Mohamed Joma agreeing with this Colorado spot. Same with Parlay Poppy. Colorado love this. Maybe that should be a play that we just jump on right now. let's get a quick look at the line movement here in the Colorado game. Let's move to college football and also see if there's still the 3.5s available. All right, where is that Colorado game? Here we go. Buffalo versus Central Michigan. God, Buffalo let us down last week. Arizona State at Colorado. Bet Online still has a -2.5. Well, that has to be jumped on. Still one -2.5 on the board, and that has to be taken before they're all gone. Oh, the Greek has one too, at -110. Okay, that has to be on. Okay, number 2 pick for me is Colorado -2.5. I need to get that -2.5 before it becomes a 3. -2.5 at -110. Available at the Greek. Shout out to Dwayne Reed. Shout out to Parlay Poppy. Shout out to all the guys. Elio Rodriguez says, why is he over in Northern Illinois at -140? Let's look at it. We know that one of the sharps at Elio Rodriguez made a big bet on the over in Northern Illinois. Let's find it right now and get to that total over here. Northern Illinois. And while we have Drew, ask him all the questions you can. God, Drew, I'd love to have you on the show. I don't know if you'd be available tomorrow, but I'd love to have you break down some of these college games with us. A lot of people liking Hawaii to bounce back after that horrible performance last week that cost me money. Now, where is this Northern Illinois spot? Sorry, too many games. Northern Illinois. Oh, Liberty. Maybe Liberty plays better this week after that shit kicking they took. I find that teams that get beaten up badly by a superior team can bounce back quite easily. Oh, here it is. Northern Illinois. Wow. Yeah, Bet Online 51 -140 because they're the only ones staying at 51. Everybody else has gone up higher. 52.5s at Pinnacle, 53s at Heritage. Wow, maybe that's an over that needs to be jumped on now. Cody AV says, yo, Jimmy, what do you think about the over in the Canuck? No worries that you got in here late. Great to have you. I agree in the over. I think the over is the play. I really do. You know what? I'm hesitant, though. I need to see this Canucks team in action. I love this Flames defense. I like them adding Hannafin. I like them adding Lindholm up front. I just want to watch a game here. I'm a little concerned if the Canucks will be able to do their part in the goal scoring here. But if I had to take a total, I'd jump on it. And Drew Martin says, let's do it. That's great. Drew Martin, I'll hit you on Twitter, and we will figure out a way to get you on the show. But I would love to have you on the show. Dwayne Reed likes UTSA money line, and Trenton Claxton saying Houston -17.5 is a lock, y'all. Free money. You guys, I'd love to hear with Drew Martin what you think of that over in Northern Illinois being bet up fast. To me, that makes me think like it should be the play. Oh, and Natalie Alvarez liking Arizona State in that spot. Carlos Coates liking Georgia Southern. Chris Blanchard liking ISU under 44. So that's the reason, Elio, is just that they're trying to, I don't know why, but Bet Online is trying to hold that total. They're trying to keep people off of betting the over. You know what? That to me, that market is telling me to bet the over right now. Oh, nice. Just got done on a work trip. Anna Merrick, also, can we get a UFC video from you for your best bets, or even have you call in on the show? Why don't we do that on Friday? Maybe get you to come in and join us on the Low Shack in the Back show. Let me know if that works for you. Let's see. Oh, nice, Susanna. Loving to see Drew on the show tomorrow. Yes, let's get Drew on the show tomorrow because we have Thursday night games. Perfect. Drew, thank you so much for joining us. We miss you here on Low Shack in the Bag show. Let's get you on the show. Okay, Drew Martin likes Houston on the parlay. You know what? This market is telling me to jump on this over right now. And there's no reason for me, and that's this Northern Illinois Ball State. I've liked Ball State all year long. I'm going to jump on this over. There's a 52, got to be a 52 being hung somewhere. There isn't. Let's see what the Greek is hanging. The Greek, 52.5 as well. Wow. I don't think it's worth taking a -140 in any situation. That just does not make sense. Bovada, we don't use, sadly. Damn. 52.5 at -110 is what I'm going to have to take. I wonder what Intertops is hanging. For whatever reason, they're off the board right now here. I'm going to take this 52.5. at minus 110. The market is saying that is the play. And America says, yes, I can. I can do a best bet or call, whichever works best for you guys. I can call in if we got to talk, so make sure I can swing it. Okay. Okay, if we talk about when, so then, you know what, in America, why, if timing is an issue because of work, why don't you just send in your best bets video? I know we try to keep our videos under 2 minutes, but feel free to go, add a minute or so if you need. But yeah, why don't you just do the best bet video? Okay, I'm going to take this over. Elio put us on it. The market is saying that it's the play. I'm going to make my third official pick right now on the over 52.5 in Northern Illinois, Ball State, available at Pinnacle. Over 52.5 at minus one. So over 52.5 at minus 110. That's Ball State and Northern Illinois. All right, beautiful, and thank you. Oh man, G&G saying Air Canada Center's rocking, brother. You know, when you haven't won a cup since 1967, which I have no goddamn compassion for. I have no pity for you guys. We've never won a goddamn cup. I hope you continue to lose there, Toronto. Although I'd like to see the cup come back to Canada. Elio Rodriguez is taking the over 51. You know, I just don't want the minus 140 line. So I'm not going to do that. Is a 1.5 worth 30 cents? The market's telling me that it's going to go up and up. So I'm not going to take the minus 140. But I get it. Susanna giving a shout out. Drew Martin, one of my favorite SBR hosts, champ, and scholar. Yes, shout out to our guy. Dwayne Reed. I'm liking Dwayne Reed's plays. Under 46.5 in Akron versus Miami, Ohio. Another winner. I like that spot. Akron has been very good to me so far in college football, and the under has been very good in these Akron games. I think that's great. Chris Blanchard on LSU. I agree, and I have not made LSU a pick yet, and I think it's time to do that as well. So I've got Colorado minus 2.5 at 110. I've got the over 52. I think it's time to lock in LSU. I wonder, Drew, can you give us a touch on that LSU game a little bit for us? God, Dwayne Reed throwing in some gorgeous plays here. Loving that. Loving this stuff, man. Drew, what do you think about LSU here? I feel like they've been sort of disrespected week in and week out. I've had them the last 2 weeks with success. This total keeps going down in LSU, Florida. But what about this point spread? Do you think that LSU can continue their run and go into Florida and smack them in the mouth at minus 2.5? Drew, if you're with us, what do you think about LSU at Florida, a marquee matchup, road favorite, but slim at minus 2.5? Tomer says, I think Northwestern is overrated off the Michigan game. MSU won't look past them, and Northwestern has holes defensively. Yeah, I think that's an interesting spot, and I dig that. Drew, would love to hear about LSU. And games are just about to start. So let's see if Drew might come in here, give us a little feel on what he thinks on that marquee matchup, LSU at Florida. I would like to lock it in, and I think I will. I think LSU, I like LSU, beautiful. They already went on the road in a similar environment and won outright at Auburn. Miles Espy, LSU, no doubt. Homer, I'm on LSU. And then the ISU under steam is real, says John Roy. I love that. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm making my fourth official play, and we'll be betting them as soon as this show is over. I will be adding LSU. Let's do a little line shopping for myself. Minus 2.5 and minus 103 available at Pinnacle. That looks like it's it to me. I'm taking it. LSU minus 2.5 at minus 103 available at Pinnacle. And we've got Drew Martin locked in to join me tomorrow. That's wonderful. Let's get you in for the late show tomorrow, Drew, and then really get a chance to look into the Thursday night games, the Friday night games, and touch on some Saturday night games. Isn't that great news, low baggers? Drew Martin going to join us tomorrow. GG says LSU, no doubt. Okay. And John Roy says, I'm hearing the Sharps expect Florida favored -1. Wow, uncomfortable. But Corey Mack, strong lean on LSU money line. Both offenses are mediocre, while both defenses are very strong. Only difference, Joe Burrow can manage a big game environment after already handling Auburn in Auburn. Dwayne Reed agreeing. Dwayne Reed, loving having your insights too. Drew says, can I do Friday? Absolutely. If you would prefer Friday, absolutely. Whatever works for you, my man. Can I do Friday? Absolutely. Okay, you guys, that's what's up. I now have 4 official plays adding to Syracuse that I made in the morning show. I have the over 52.5 at -110, Ball State, Northern Illinois. I have LSU -2.5 at -103. And I have Colorado -2.5 at -110. That is what it is, not what it isn't. And the hockey season is here. Man, I love working with you guys. Absolutely makes my day. Bill Butlicker, I made it. Sorry, I'm late, Jimmy. You look as radiant as ever. Thank you, Bill. Hey, Bill Butlicker, can we get a UFC video? Can we get your top plays? If you can try to keep it to 2 minutes, we'd love to have your insight for this weekend. You can give it to us either Thursday or Friday, whatever works best for you. But Bill Butlicker, we'd love to hear what you have to say about UFC 229. And that's what it is. So thank you guys. But before further ado, it is time for none other than the great lucrative Larry and his plays of tomorrow. Oh, back up 2.02 units.
Hi.
You're back
Hi.
up. Okay. Where do you want to? Okay, you're over there. Okay, you want to go in front? Wherever you please.
I don't know.
Whatever makes you comfortable.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. All right. We got brought some footballs. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess that gives you a little hint where I'm heading today.
Oh, it does.
NFL, National Football League.
I believe that's what it's called, yeah.
Thursday Night Football. Taking the Indianapolis Colts at the team total over 19.5. -138, led by Chuck Pagano. People might say whatever the fuck they want to say, but I like bet 365.
I have some bad news for you.
What's the news?
Well, no, just keep talking about your game.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say.
That's all you want to say?
Yeah.
He was the head of the Indianapolis Colts, of Pagano, and no longer. Yeah.
Do you like this face? I like running. Do you like this face? I want to do when I run.
No, I don't like that face whatsoever.
Bye.
All right. Lucrative Larry using Chuck Pagano as his long reason for taking the team total over. But hey, he is up 2.02 units, and he's taking the Colts team total over without T.Y. Hilton. You know, I think I might have found some holes in Lucrative Larry's NFL capping. That's what it is, man. The NHL season is here. Let's go have some fun. Wild card game. Everything's going on. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Loshak and the Bag Show. Very difficult to do it without my man, Lodos Loshak. And I can't do it without these great cappers. Much love. Thank you.